Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. Real talk, big opinions, and fearless conversations. From the front lines of politics to the latest in pop culture. From breaking sports headlines to the stories that move the world. Nothing's off limits, and nobody's holding back. Arrington Gavin is here to break it down, build it up, and keep it all the way real. So turn it up, lean in, and let's get into it. This is the Arrington Gavin Show.
What is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day, whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz. Look, we're diving deep and keeping it real, so please do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. Look, very exciting day it is today. This is episode 600. That's right, episode 600. Where's my applause button? There we go. Thank you. You had a strong sound. A beard, times hair just will fly right in your mouth while you're talking. I want to just say, for those who have started watching and listening to the show since day one, I thank you for still sticking with us. Episode 600. Can't believe we made it this far, but we are continuing to grow this show, not just with the amazing conversations we bring up, amazing guests. We are just growing. Again, we're growing. We're hopefully we're going to be bringing in some team members to assist, right? Because, hey, it can be difficult doing a lot, with a team of one, okay? But we are continuing to grow, and like I said, this is episode 600, so we're going to be bringing to you some great convos, great stories on today's show. But before we move forward, of course, I've mentioned it earlier, but I got to thank you all yet again for supporting the Arrington Gavin Show. As you know, we drop new episodes weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, as well as on podcast, wherever you get your podcast. You can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show. Also, shout out to our radio affiliates, like my fam out in New Orleans, WBOK 1230 a.m., where you can listen into the Arrington Gavin Show weeknights at 7 p.m. Central. Okay, 7 p.m. Central Time, weeknights on WBOK 1230 a.m. Then we're going to head over to the Metro Atlanta area to WDJY 99.1 FM. Where you can listen into the Arrington Gavin Show weeknights at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then lastly, we're going to head over to Las Vegas, where you can listen in Fridays at 8 p.m. Pacific Time on KSHP 1400 AM or 107.1 FM. Oh, y'all, episode 600. Oh, and for those who are new to the channel, do us a favor, subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. It helps with our algorithm, and it also keeps you up to, if you subscribe to the channel, it'll keep you up to date when new episodes drop. It'll give you a notification, and it just keeps you engaged with the channel and with the show, because we have other content on this amazing channel, but we have a goal to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So with your help, we want to continue to push that momentum, because we are growing each and every day. We get a few subscribers here and there, and so we want to keep subscribed. Just subscribe. Share with your family, share with friends, share with those that want to be engaged, share with those that enjoy great conversations. I truly appreciate that. All right, for those who are watching us right now, you're probably wondering, Arrington, why are you dressed like that? Because I got my bucket hat on. It's because I just came outside. I just left from cutting the grass, doing my husband duties. It was wonderful weather we had today, and just had a great day. I attended a couple of functions, and then I said, well, let me get home, let me cut this grass, because see, Virginia heat is different. When it gets hot, it gets hot. So when it's like right in that sweet spot, right when it's like high 70s, sometimes even mid 70s, it's beautiful. So I'm like, let me go ahead and cut this grass. The weather's feeling good. It's not gonna take me long, right? I hate doing it. Yes, I do, but I have to. So I literally just came from outside, and I said, well, bump trying to change. I'm gonna rock with it I got on. And also, to celebrate episode 600. I don't know if you heard that pop there. I'm not gonna let you know what that pop was, but I'm going enjoy a beverage while I partake in this great convo with you all, my friends. We're going to continue to celebrate again episode 600, 600 shows, 600 shows. So if you want to kind of catch up on some of the recent episodes, go to our YouTube channel, or you can also watch past episodes of the Arrington Gavin Show on the Goatverse TV app. Shout out to our family, Goatverse TV. You can download the app on your App Store, Google Play Store, Roku, as well as Amazon Fire TV. All right, what do we got for you today? Yeah, on today's show, Jersey Shore star Mike Sorrentino, known to the public as Mike the Situation, is talking about possibly running for office in the state of New Jersey. I will tell you this. Yes, he has kind of rebranded, rebuilt his life. Mike had some addiction. He struggled with addiction, as well as had some had his run-ins with the law. But he has since grown from those mistakes. He has uh like a nonprofit. Well, what he has is, I'm fumbling with this, and I haven't even partaken in my beverage yet. But what he does is he has a bunch of rehabilitation centers in the state of New Jersey. So again, helping those struggling with addiction and doing great stuff. Don't get me wrong. And then like Jersey Shore, they've been doing these spin-off shows on, I think it's MTV. And you can watch it, I guess, on the Paramount Plus app, so stuff like that. Look, Jersey Shore used to be my show. I haven't watched that nor reality television in a long, long time. But he's talking about running for office, and you won't believe what political position he wants to run for. We're going to talk about that later on the show. Also, Graham Plattner, a Democratic candidate running for U.S. Senate out in Maine. He is back in the news. He's been quite a controversial candidate. First, it was the Nazi tattoos, and now it's some more backlash happening, more stories that are circulating that could probably affect his chances on becoming the next U.S. Senator for the state of Maine, hoping to unseat the current Senator Susan Collins, longtime Republican senator out of Maine. What else do we have? Oh, check this out. Lifelong Republican out of Maryland has announced that he is leaving the GOP. We're going to talk about who that individual is. And then also, this great American state fair happening in Washington, over in at the White House. Well, it was first announced that you were going to have a lineup of, let's see, 9 performers from Martina McBride, country music star Martina McBride, rocker Bret Michaels, Vanilla Ice, Millie Vanilli. Well, it's only one of them, so is he Vanilli or is he Millie? I don't know, but Millie Vanilli, Morris Day and the Time, the Commodores, Flow Rider, and some other bands. Now, out of the 9 performers scheduled to perform, right, 2 of them are still in it, but the rest of them said, I'm out. They're dropping out. I'm like, whoa. So bad that the president is rethinking of even having a concert series and just making it into a MAGA rally, which, hey, he loves that more because it's all about him, right? What else we got for you? Oh, and if we have time, check out this story. So a federal judge apparently had some bound chicken wow time in the chambers with the police officer and lied about it. Y'all, these people just they said they are desperately in need to get their freak on. They cannot wait to till they get home. They gotta have it at their place of work. Ew, I tell you, folks just nasty out here. Folks just nasty. But we're gonna have some fun today, y'all. We're gonna have some fun here on the Arrington Gavin Show. I have this is just side note. So these like hand grippers where you can kind of strengthen your hand. I have a ton of these, right? I love, I use these on a regular. But it's funny because I use this because I'm like, what if the time comes where it's like I'm fighting for my life and I'm like hanging from a building or a mountain or something. At least I know I got strong. I can hold on for dear life as long as I can until I get help because of these things. Am I weird? Is that weird to think like that? Okay, because I don't hike at all. Nor would you ever see me on top of a freaking building. It's just I don't know. I'm just weird like that. I'm like, hey, this will be good. I can use this. It's good to have some good hand strength, right? Um. All right, for y'all that was thinking nasty, stop it. Stop it. anyways, yeah, we got a lot for you here on the Arrington Gavin Show. So, like I said, this is episode 600. Again, with the applause button. Where are we at? Where we at? What else do I got? I got the applause button. I got the eh, got drum roll bongos. Not that bad. Still like the applause button. But what we gonna do right now, y'all? We're gonna take a commercial break. We come back. We're gonna get started with our first story. So look, do not go anywhere. Don't change that dial. You tune into the Arrington Gavin Show. This is episode 600. So please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
Let me tell you something that most people get wrong about suits. A suit isn't just about you wearing it. It's how you show the world who you are. It's your handshake before you say a word, your presence when you step into any room. That's why we design statements at Dapper Luke. We don't just make suits. We'll start with the fabrics that tell your story. Luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blend sourced from the finest mills in Italy, the UK, and India. Then we'll combine that with your vision, your personality, and your style. Every detail is tailored to you, from the fit to the finish. Whether for your wedding, a gala, the boardroom, we specialize in creating custom suits that are unique, just like the men who wear them. We spent years perfecting this craft, apprenticing under designers in New York and showcasing collections in New York and for Baltimore Fashion Week. None of that matters as much as seeing the look on your face when you try on your custom suit. Over 900 clients have already trusted us to deliver the best custom suits. They trust me to deliver the confidence. We proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore and would be honored to bring your vision to life next. Let's create something unforgettable. Book your free consultation today at www.dapperluke.com.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to
And we still in traffic.
I don't look familiar, do I? Not in this seat.
Hey, what's that you listening to?
Here to host today.
Hey, turn it up. Yeah, this that new Goat Verse app. I got you.
So y'all want to know where the goats are? They're off on the sidelines.
Looking for fresh, relevant content wherever you go?
What was the name of that he said?
Introducing GoatVerse TV.
GoatVerse, that's what it's called.
The free streaming app that brings you the best podcasts, current events, and thought-provoking opinions all in one place. Download it now from the Apple Store or Play Store. In Goats, we trust.
Order your beard care products with Rugged Evolution. We're your local beard care line that supports the maintenance of your full, mature beard. Our line includes conditioning shampoos, moisturizers, balms, oils, shaving lotions, and exfoliating soaps. These products moisturize, hydrate, nourish, and have all the natural ingredients for a healthy beard. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. And remember,
Rugged is the new smooth.
Hey, Dad, want to go for a walk?
Well, that'll help me get my steps in for the day. Gotta stay healthy and strong.
Bet you're healthier than me.
I'd like to keep it that way. Doc says I need to walk 10,000 steps a day. How long is that?
Don't know. How about you tell me a story instead of counting steps?
I could tell you about the house my father and uncle built for us.
That's a couple of thousand steps right there.
Staying connected keeps you going strong. Learn ways to stay happy, active, and independent at cdc.gov/stillgoingstrong.
Still going strong. All right. So first I want to play you this clip here. So this is My Pillow guy, Mike Lindell, was recently on he was on his network called Lindell TV. Did y'all even know he had this? Mike Lindell, who was known to many as the My Pillow guy, with promoting a pillow, turned to be a just a insane conspiracy theorist, has yet to say that Biden won the election, and he's been doing this for years, and to the point where it forced him into bankruptcy, because ain't nobody want to sell his damn pillows. I mean, the only folks that sell his pillows is, well, his own, quote unquote conservative network, and Fox and other, right wing conservative media outlets. But Lindell is hoping to get his cut of the pie from this so-called J6 reparation, this weaponization for anti-weaponization fund. Okay, check this soundbite out here as he says how much he is owed from this. He says he wants $400 million from this $1.8 billion fund of taxpayer money. Listen to this, y'all.
We actually put into the government a couple months ago through following a process that they told us about then. Now, this is new, and we are actually going to get it out there. I don't care which comes first to help my employees that lost millions upon millions of dollars. We had 3 third parties look and do an evaluation of MyPillow, what it was prior to all these attacks and what it is now. And all of them averaged $400 million that it cost the brand and cost MyPillow. And it's just horrific that our own government could do this to the American dream, this company that was built on the American dream and made in the USA. And to have this happen, this will be it will be a blessing to actually get made some of these my employees made whole that were stockholders, because in MyPillow, and even a lot of them that have lost their jobs, that were affected then, and all this.
Now look, y'all, I'm not over here, happy that folks lost their jobs. I'm not happy about that whatsoever. It's a shame that folks did lose their jobs. Happens to a lot of folks. People get laid off, people get hired, people get fired. It happens. That's America, right? Now, but as for Mike Lindell, what a fall from grace, I tell you, because at one point people liked the guy. It's the MyPillow guy. Hey, Mike Lindell. This man has caused so much, I would say, headache to this country. He has been one of the biggest Trump loyalists and supporters, yet Trump has not support. I don't think Trump has even endorsed him, because he's running for governor in Minnesota, right? Him and other folks have entered that Minnesota governor's race. Michelle Tafoya, who is a former sports commentator, sports journalist, and she's now, right-wing conservative podcaster now. But Mike Lindell he needs more than just a hug at this point. Like, this man has continued to just pour his own funds to someone who he thought was gonna look out for him. No, he wants 400 million. So now he's competing with all the January 6th wackadoos out there who stormed the cap. I mean, this whole thing is insane. But yeah, you heard it right there. MyPillow guy wants around $400 million from this $1.77 whatever billion dollar that the administration, which right now is blocked. To my knowledge, I think I was reading up on News Nation and said it was blocked, but you never know. You never know when it comes to this administration. You never know when it comes to you just never know. That's all I'm gonna say. You truly just never know. So, all right, moving on. I'm done talking about MyPillow guy. I wish him no luck on his campaign at all. I mean, if he wins, I pray for Minnesota. I ain't in Minnesota, but you don't need somebody like that running your state. I would just be honest. Let me move forward though, because I did speak about this great American state fair. American State Fair it is. I have up here a little typo, American Fair, but it's American State Fair. Actually, let me take that out and fix that first. I try to be perfectionist. I really do. There we go. Oh, I messed up. Even worse. Come on, Arrington. This is episode 600, and you're over here messing up the simple things. All right, there we go. So, Okay, that's better. Okay, the Great American State Fair. So it's to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the United States, and it was an announcement that they were going to have a list of performers. It was around 9 of them, I think I mentioned earlier, 9 performers that was going to be a part of their concert series. Now, it raised a lot of it was backlash because obviously, this people in the public eye, especially in the entertainment space, and in whether it's music, Hollywood, whatever, if you attach your name to Donald Trump, anything, it hurts you. It doesn't benefit your career, it hurts you. I mean, come on. Roseanne, um who else has attached their name to Trump? The guy that played Superman was Dean Cain. um Hell, even Joe Rogan. I mean, Joe Rogan's still getting paid, don't get me wrong, but I guarantee you he lost some fans when he publicly endorsed Donald Trump. But look at this list here. So you originally had Martina McBride, Young MC, the Commodores, Milli Vanilli, Morris Day in the Time, Bret Michaels, and now all these folks said, I'm out, I'm dropping out. Nope, I'm not going to partake in this at all. Ooh, I mean, I was really surprised that Bret Michaels opted out, because Bret Michaels, and correct me if I'm wrong, y'all, but I'm pretty sure Bret Michaels is kind of buddy buddy with the president. He was a former contestant on the Celebrity Apprentice. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yes, the hell he was. Yeah. So let me read you this by NPR. It says here that due to the 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 growing amount of performers that has now opted out, and they're only left with Vanilla Ice and Flow Rider, and some person named C plus C Music Factory. I'm y'all, I don't listen to music like that. I listen to podcast, talk radio, all that good stuff. But it says here President Trump has suggested that an event celebrating America's 250th birthday should instead be a Make America Great Again rally, after many of the artists who were announced to perform dropped out. It says here it is set on the National Mall, was the where it's gonna be held. Had featured artists such as I mentioned, Martina McBride, Morris Day and the Time, the Commodores, the Poisons, and Poisons Bret Michaels, who have all since withdrawn from the lineup. And Morris Day was the very first one to say, "Hey, look, I will not be participating in this. It's a no for me. It's a no for me." McBride explained why she decided to not be part of this fair, writing on social media. She was presented with an opportunity to perform at a nonpartisan event, but that turned out to be misleading. Says here, in my mind, I thought this was a great way to celebrate the states and also bring people together in the way that only music can. I saw it as just a bigger version of so many state fairs I have performed at over the years, celebrating community and what makes each state special. She wrote this on her social media. She said, yesterday things started changing, and what we were told is not, in fact, what is happening. Now, let me pause right there. I personally think, yeah, it sounds professional to say, I was aware that this was going to be nonpartisan. This is going to be Let me tell y'all something. If you provide entertainment and a political function, primarily a function that's hosted by the president, any sitting president, whether it's Republican or Democrat, it's partisan. If you participate in a event where the governor is hosting, or the any elected officials, it's partisan. Stop assuming that, oh, it's nonpartisan. We're just here just to provide music. And like freaking Vanilla Ice is saying, I just want to perform, I just want to rock the mic, man. I'll perform if it was Biden, I'll perform if it was Trump. I'm just here, just what he want to say is, I'm here for the check. Okay, I'm here for the check. Because remember during the inauguration where like guys like Snoop Dogg, Nelly, I don't know if Rick Ross, but I'm gonna just name those two, Nelly and Snoop Dogg, faced backlash because they were a part of the entertainment lineup during the inauguration festivities. And Snoop Dogg was like, well, I was performing at this event because my friend is a part of it and I was doing it to support him. And wrong answer. All right. I would have enjoyed it more if you just would say, hey, look, I'm doing it for the bag. Right. I'm just doing it for the paper. Okay. Folks would probably say, well, you got all the money in the world. Where's your morals at? But I wouldn't be that person. I would say, okay, you did it for the money. I respect that. Bills got to be paid. Right. It ain't cheap to live the lifestyle you do without working and getting paid. Nelly had a whole different response. I don't care to talk about Nelly, but some artists plan to still perform at the fair. Vanilla Ice said he would not drop out of the event, writing on social media, "This is not a political platform. This is celebrating America's birthday." All right, you can keep saying that, Vanilla Ice. In a social media post, Trump called the performers who backed away from the event third rate. Okay, see how petty this grown ass man is? This man is about to be 80. All right, and he's calling Martina McBride third rate. He's calling Bret Michaels third rate. If they were all such third rate, then why the hell did you want them to perform? I mean, I'm just saying this guy is so he's an interesting one. That's all I could say. Third rate, and said he will give a speech that will rally the U.S. forward like I have done ever since being president. See, this is that whole me. I've done this. I brought America together. Me. It was me. Oh my gosh. Whew. No, what he has done is raise the blood pressure of this United States higher than anybody has in office. That is a fact. Okay. He later on said that the event should be canceled and replaced with a rally. He said we should have a giant Make America Great Again rally for 250 instead of having overpriced singers. Good gracious, overpriced singers who nobody wants to hear, whose music is boring, and yet who do nothing but complain. Sir, you had Lee Greenwald. If that's Greenswald, that was you had the Village Men or the Village People. Is that what they're called? The YMCA group. Those are the folks that were performing at his rallies. You had freaking Kid Rock perform at the RNC. Kid Rock was so bad, it hurt to watch. It hurt to watch, it hurt to listen. Come on, dude. And you calling it Martina McBride third rate. I mean, this guy, he doesn't give. The fair is being organized by Freedom 250, a public-private group working with the White House to organize a celebration of America's 250th birthday. The Trump-backed celebrations have drawn criticism and concern that it is centered around himself instead of the country, like it has always been. I mean, come on, he's put his name on everything. He's put his name and face on everything. If you arrive in Washington, you're going to see this big ass poster with his face on it. And I'm just like, what is happening, y'all? It's such an eyesore because I love to take the train if I'm heading to DC. And you will literally see heading through DC like this big poster. And I'm just like, can I get a ginger ale, please? I'm getting sick. What else do we got? Democratic lawmakers and watchdog organizations such as Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington has also questioned where private donations for the celebrations are coming. Interior Secretary Doug Burgum, who is involved with planning the celebration, recently said the events are non-partisan. Y'all, all I'm gonna say is this. When they always say it's nonpartisan, you're telling me this on opposite day because I know it is partisan. Stop trying to defend this man who makes everything about himself, because all you guys do is just hurt your credibility. You know, I don't know Doug Burgum from a can of paint. I think Doug Burgum was the gentleman who, oh man, he was the governor of was it South or North Dakota, who was trying to run for president. He was one of the most boring candidates. I mean, he was more boring than Mike Pence. And I'm sorry, Mike Pence is one boring individual. I mean, I give him respect to speak against the president that he served under, right? He stood for he still has his I guess he still stands on certain morals that I can respect, but for the most part, he's extremely boring. Like that whole race was just very boring. But yeah, president saying let's just make it a Trump rally. Yay for that. Okay, moving on. We're gonna head over to Jersey. So what's this gentleman's name? Mike Sorrentino, known to the world as Mike the Situation. Now, Mike the Situation is a reality star from the hit show Jersey Shore. Now, during my younger years, I think I was probably for the most part in high school. Jersey Shore was that show back when MTV was actually pretty popular. Jersey Shore was very popular. I'm not gonna lie, I admit I watched it. I watched for the most part. Yeah, I watched it till the show actually ended. And I was a fan. It was must-see trash TV, but you remember the stars of Snooki, Mike, JWoww, all of them. I mean, they were folks that no one knew who the hell they were, and they made a name for themselves. All they were doing is partying on the shore, Jersey Shore. And so they have grown these big careers now. They're all grown. They're all in their 40s. They're grown people now. Each have their own careers. Paulie D is a successful DJ. He's come to my neck of the woods many times, performing, selling out these shows and whatnot. Snooki and JWoww, they had their own reality shows, and I think Jersey Shore, they've done these big spinoffs now, and they making their money. Now, Mike Sorrentino had a interesting just an interesting turn of events throughout his career. He had his running with the law. He had some troubles financially. He also struggled with addiction. He has since recovered. He's sober. He and his wife, they provide rehabilitation centers and facilities in New Jersey, and he's doing good. So clap it up for him. But in addition to that, he recently shared that maybe I'll take a run in politics. Let me play this soundbite here, and we'll talk a little more on the other side.
Short to the governor's mansion. Could New Jersey have a political situation on its hands?
I'd like to save lives for the next 3 to 5 years with Archangel Centers. I'd like to have an Archangel Center in every 50.
Sorry about that, y'all. I would have loved to share that video with you, but I heard some background music in that, so I apologize for that, because that music we ain't trying to get fined up, not trying to get in trouble with YouTube, so let me go ahead and I'll post this for you guys. But basically what he had said was possibly governor situation. That's what he said. Very corny. Governor situation. Now New Jersey just elected Mikey Sherrill, who I believe was their first woman governor elected to the state, and she has not completed her first year as governor. The reporter in this video, because I watched the video prior to doing this, she had asked, okay, you running for plan on possibly running for governor, Democrat, Republican, Independent, who would it be? He's like, I'm not gonna say right now. All I'm gonna say is this: New Jersey needs to give up on property taxes, right? No property taxes. That right there, you already say that's more of a Republican leaning, that's a conservative view. Really should be here, because I'm for that, right? I have family in New Jersey. I know they would enjoy that. But I guess the big question is is America ready for another reality star to get involved in politics? Right? Look, you have Spencer Pratt right now that's actually doing quite well in the Los Angeles mayoral race. Very close to Karen Bass, who's has a long career in politics, congresswoman prior to being the Los Angeles mayor. I know she's probably served in other positions before that. Farrah Abram, she's talking about running for mayor in her city in Texas. And then on top of that, look, you got a reality star in the White House. So we've seen what reality stars can do and what they come with. I don't think Mike, the situation, if he runs for governor of New Jersey, I think it will be a situation in New Jersey because, yeah, you think you're letting your fan base and notoriety help, but at the end of the day, dude, what do you know about running a state? Okay, running a state, because you made some awful decisions as a businessman in the past. So what makes you a successful governor for New Jersey? All right, that doesn't mean I don't think he should, not try out politics. Maybe try local or maybe try mayor, but I don't know. I don't know. But governor, come on, dude, with the budget that's no, come on, just stop it. Just stop it. I get it. The running for office now, I mean, the standards are so low. Let me tell you something. My dog can probably run for office and he would, for the most part, he probably would win, okay? By just barking or by just standing there and looking all cute in his little couch. Yes, my dog has a little couch. Do not judge, all right? He's our baby. But what would, I'll say this though, and this is to my listeners of the show that has ties to New Jersey. Maybe you listen to the program and you live in New Jersey. Do you think Mike Sarantino will be a great candidate? And would you vote for him is the question. Would you vote for a Jersey Shore star to serve as your next governor? Because I mean, I know Jersey has some issues, but yeah, I don't know how that will end up for you all. But he sounds like he's pretty serious. I just think sometimes folks use politics as another way to get more publicity and more notoriety. Like I've interviewed folks who you talking with a lot, because again, this is episode 600. I've spoken with a lot of elected officials, those that were candidates and didn't win, but or some that were candidates and end up winning. Like I spoke with so many people where where someone is serious about running for a position, a political position. You're gonna hear the passion. You're gonna kind of see their body language, right? You're going to hear it in their tone. You're going to hear it in their policies. You're going to start following and understanding, okay, this person means business. Okay, I hear them. I hear them. Okay. And then you're going to listen to folks and be like, this person's full of it. They are not. All they doing is trying to get some airtime, some media time, and then I don't know, try to become a commentator or get his own show or her show or write a book. There's always going to be something that's attached to it. What's the twist, right? What's the twist? But yeah, Mike Sarantino is talking about possibly running for governor of New Jersey. So let me know what you think about that. Hit me up on Instagram at the Arrington Gavin Show through DMs, or you can email me by going on our website, www.theagshow, A as an apple, G as in George, show.com. Okay, .com. We'll love to hear your take on that. All righty, y'all. Spoken about the Great American Fair. We've talked about Jersey Shore. What do we have next for you all? Let's talk about. I'm gonna look what time. Let me talk about Graham Plattner. So, Graham Plattner is an individual who, how can I put this? Has been a controversial person since entering into politics. So he is a veteran business owner out of Maine who announced that he was running for U.S. Senate to unseat Susan Collins, who's been in office for quite some time, a long time, long time. And he was a popular guy. I mean, he was receiving endorsements from Bernie Sanders. Chuck Schumer was not on the train. Like I think Chuck Schumer looked at him as more of a progressive leaning Democrat, and you got your establishments that's not going to focus on or give any time of the day for progressive leaning candidates. I mean, that's just the way the game works, right? You heard the conversation I had with Kyle Gawk, who's running for Congress out in Connecticut. But Graham was, he came out popular, and then all of a sudden they started finding some dirt on him. First thing was a Nazi tattoo. Okay, that's a red flag. Now I don't know Maine. Maine is interesting when it comes to who they vote for. I don't know a lot of black people in Maine, but I'm not too familiar with how Maine rocks with their elections. Maine is also not that big of a state either. But Graham Plattner, man, he's an interesting guy. So that's one, right? He's also made some interesting posts on his Reddit account that was very questionable, that a lot of elected officials, a lot of people in the Democratic Party was like, I don't know about that. I don't know about him. Now, the new news, okay, are that he exchanged sexually explicit texts with multiple women while still married to his wife. His campaign confirmed with Politico the latest scandal he has faced since launching his Maine Senate campaign last year. Now, in a statement, Graham slammed a former friend for spreading malicious gossip in the wake of a Wall Street Journal report that she had informed her husband's campaign text in late August. Now, let me go ahead and play you this audio clip from on social media of his wife giving her statement on the recent news about these texts that was sent by her husband.
Hey everyone, it's Amy. I wanted to make a statement today, and sorry, I'm getting eaten by bugs. I wanted to make a statement today in response to a couple of news articles that are out there about my marriage to Graham. If anybody knows me and Graham personally, you know that we got married in 2023. We live in Sullivan. We've got 2 dogs, and we love each other deeply. So it makes me really angry, disappointed, and I find it really shameful that there's a group of media outlets and people who are willing to spread gossip instead of talking about real issues that Graham is running on, like healthcare and education and childcare. I'm walking up and down my road right now, and this is like my 20th take. This is very hard to do, but I just really wanted to make sure that everyone knows that Graham and I have a great marriage. Being married is hard. Being newly married is hard. Being newly married and going through infertility is hard. Being newly married, going through infertility, and a Senate campaign is hard. I don't even know if I have the right words to describe what we've been going through, but our marriage counselor helps. My personal counselor helps. Graham's personal counselor helps. And we work on our mental health every day. No marriage is perfect. And I I don't want a perfect marriage. I want my marriage, and I want to be married to Graham. Sorry, black flies. I knew the man that I married is wonderful and dynamic and probably a genius. I knew the man that I married had been through an immense amount of violent, active combat. And he's been in therapy for years. I admire the fuck out of him.
All right, y'all. So, and we apologize for that language. I'm going to stop it right there because she's going to continue to share her take. But you kind of get the point. You get the point that she is standing by her man through thick and thin, newly married. I mean, 2023. This is just 2026. They have not been married for that long. And she mentioned, look, we're not perfect. We see counselors. We have a counselor that we seek together. We each have our individual counselors. We're struggling with infertility issues as well as this whole Senate campaign, right? Excuse me. And it's a lot. Now, I understand the frustration, from her. She's like, okay, what does that have to do with the campaign, right? What does that have to do with his issues? There's tons of elected officials that have had issues in their marriage. Hello, the Clintons. Come on now. Trump, Trump has some problems. Nobody's perfect. Everybody has their struggles, right? Now, I think here's where I'm gonna kind of push back a little bit. When it comes to running for office, and it sucks, but you gotta be damn near perfect, especially in this current climate. This cycle, man, it gets harder and harder each election cycle, especially that you're trying to run and unseat a long time elected official, Susan Collins, who's been in office for so long. Okay. If you want to push to see some new faces and new voices, especially someone that is more relatable to the folks of Maine, because he's an oyster farmer and a vet. So they were already kind of questioning the whole Nazi tattoo thing. Now, you're talking about that you're not being faithful to a committed marriage. And it sucks because, again, what happens on your personal life, that should be behind closed door. That shouldn't be out for the public. But again, voters want to see everything. They're electing somebody to run and lead their state on a Senate level. I'm like, how can we? Because look, check this out. Eric Swalwell. Now, the difference is Eric Swalwell is facing backlash by allegations of sexual misconduct towards staffers and young ladies that said, well, hold up, we did not ask for this. Now, the difference between the two is, again, sending explicit texts with people. Now, with ladies, I don't know if that was if they were exchanging or if he just sent it to them. So that could be some form of like an ethics issue, right? Now, if he was in office, the overall would look to see, hey, we got to serve some consequences. We have a standard here. And that's the thing. There's a standard. And if you're trying to beat Susan Collins, you got to, again, be perfect. Look, Janet Mills, who's the governor of Maine, dropped out of the Senate race due to low funding. She didn't have enough funds to continue the campaign. But to my knowledge, her name might still be on the ballot, even though she entered out of this race. It's interesting. It's interesting. Says here also in October, CNN reported that Plattner advocated for using violence to affect social change and referred to himself as a communist in now deleted Reddit posts. Okay, I mentioned about the Reddit post in the same month. In a podcast, it was revealed about the the Nazi tattoo. I mean, again, it's stuff that is like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Representative Congressman out of California, Ro Khanna, who's a high profile figure in the Democratic Party. He is backing Plattner, reiterated his support in a post saying that the two will campaign together at an event. He said, "I'm proud of Graham Plattner for having the character to stand up against the war in Iran, against genocide, and against an unfair and lopsided economy." So again, he still has supporters. Now, Cory Booker, do I have that clip? I guess I do not. I thought I did. Cory Booker has shared his take on Plattner. So I don't know if he's quite gonna be supporting him. Now, I'm not gonna play this whole clip, but this is Jill Biden's, not Joe Biden, but Jill Biden's press secretary, Michael DeRusso, claiming that he'd be okay with a Republican Senate win in Maine. He is not supporting nor a fan of Plattner and doesn't think it would help the party. Let me go ahead and play just a little bit of his side and his take on this Senate race.
I'm shocked at some of the Democrats who I consider friends being so all or nothing about this guy. And I don't really understand why. He is not really representative of the values I would expect in a Democratic candidate, even by today's standards. I'm a little surprised at the number of people who are circling the wagons just to beat Susan Collins. And I get it. Like, I want the Senate seat. I want Democrats to win. I want Chuck Schumer to be the majority leader. But I'm not willing to take anybody off the street and run them just because they, arouse some vibes in a few, portions of the Democratic Party. Like, that's just not for me. And, I'm good. I don't need to support a Democrat who has Nazi tattoos. It's not my thing. I'm not going to. So, like, do I want Susan Collins to win? Not necessarily, but she's much more my style than somebody like who I consider kind of a performative economic populist like Graham Plattner, who went to Hotchkiss and another high school that I couldn't afford, another private prep school that my family certainly.
So let me stop him right there. So that is, again, I believe, is it Mike DeRusso? Yeah, Michael DeRusso, or DeRossa, yeah, DeRossa, excuse me, former staffer of Joe Biden. He's a Joe Biden, or was Joe Biden's press secretary. He is a centrist Democrat who basically is saying, hey, look, I'm not going to support progressive Dems. And if you all can recall, a while back, I had shared my take on how it's difficult for progressive Democrats to, like true progressive Democrats, to win elections. Yeah, they might be popular, right? But are they winning elections? Because they can obviously gain success from folks, but are they gaining success from voters? Because before you know it, it's like, I think voters still push towards the moderate and centered than the progressives. And I saw him on he was on News Nation. It was him and another Democrat who actually was in support. It was the Democrat was in support of Plattner. He's the Democrat that's not in support. And he just says, look, I think the party looks very desperate when they're just choosing this person just because, oh, he's a Democrat, so we got to do all we can to do. No, can't do that. Can't do that. You're still got to have your morals, right? So I respect that. I respect that. Overall, I think it's still going to be a tough and competitive race in Maine. Again, and I've seen this just by seeing friends that's running for office. And we see it all the time. Smear campaigns, the ads, when something controversial happens, the opponents will capitalize on those issues. For example, here in Virginia, one of our members of Congress, Jen Kiggins, who represents the 2nd Congressional District, was recently on a radio show. We've talked about this before, but she was on a radio show that it went viral because the host said something extremely offensive about Hakeem Jeffries. The congresswoman agreed and laughed about the very offensive racist comment that was made. And you know what? Her opponent, because she's been named the Republican nominee, but you had that's one of her opponents, Elaine Loria, who's a former congresswoman, take that to the bank and say, "Oh, I'm posting this on my social media," and she did. And so she's gonna use that during campaign. I guarantee you, she's gonna use that in the commercial ads. If Elaine is the nominee or whoever, they're gonna continue to use that against the congresswoman, Jen Kiggins, because that's how the game is played. That's how politics works. When they find some dirt, they're gonna put it on the airways, because that's where all this money comes, all those millions and millions of dollars in campaigns. It's not just on literature, y'all. That's on campaign ads for the most part. Oh, excuse me, that's on commercials. Yeah, campaign ads for the most part. So going back to Plattner, all of the controversy that he's been facing, that will be hard because he's going to continue to have to answer to those folks. Those questions, reporters are not going to give up on it. They're going to continue to ask. And the more he tries to either avoid or he responds with frustration, it's not going to help his overall chances. That's just my honest opinion, y'all. That's just my honest opinion. Looking at my time and also feel a sneeze coming on. Hold up. There we go. I knew it was coming. Well, my friends, the time has come, because I'm looking at the time right now, and I just want to say thank you for your support. Thank you for sticking with us. This was episode 600. We have now hit 600 shows of the Arrington Gavin Show, and I could not have done this without you all and just my family, my friends, those who supported me doing this, right? Special thanks to my lovely wife for allowing me to continue to take the time to talk with my friends, you all, the listeners, the viewers out there, and we're going to continue to have this conversation. The great conversations that when it comes to entertainment, sports, politics, we're going to bring great guests. We're going to give you all of it all in 1 hour, but we're going to do it 5 nights a week on YouTube, podcasts, and of course on the radio airways as well. So until next time, my friends, stay blessed, stay safe out there. I will talk to you soon. And yeah, we're going to have fun. We're going to have another great convo here on the Arrington Gavin Show. I'm out.
That's it for tonight on the Arrington Gavin Show. Thanks for tapping in and keeping the conversation alive. Don't forget, stay connected with us on all platforms. Follow at Arrington Gavin on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, and subscribe to the official Substack for exclusive takes and deep dives you won't get anywhere else. We're here every weeknight, same time, same energy, same real talk. Until next time, stay bold, stay sharp, and stay true. That's what we do on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace.